Today we're going to talk about a very little known golden visa in the EU. So there's basically, it's not particularly that easy to get residency in Lithuania compared to numerous other places. So if I'm like, hey, what's the easiest place to get a Schengen visa or something? Lithuania is not it. This being said, there are 3 residency permits that may be interesting for you. The first one is a startup visa. This is typically in sort of something tech related. This is only eligible to founders. It doesn't require minimum investment in the company, although it does require that you demonstrate enough income. And so that's typically around 8,000 euros. The second option that we can look at is a business visa. And this one is where you invest into a business. The business has to have a minimum of 28,000 euros in paid up capital. However, each person who is getting the visa needs to be a shareholder holding at least 14,000 of that. So in theory, you could have 2 holding 14,000 each, representing 28,000 overall. So that's an option. And this brings us to the third. And the third is sort of their version of a golden visa. So this requires a minimum 260,000 euro investment into a business. It has to be an active business. So this is not something where you're going to go and get something like, passive investment, something like that. In fact, with all of these, the idea is that you are going to be involved in these companies in some form. That's the reason they're giving you out the visa. So this is a little bit different from what you'll see in a bunch of other countries. Normally for this visa, you're going to hire 5 people. Wages in Vilnius are like 2,000 to 3,500 euros a month would be a fairly typical sort of medium wage. And so you can say, okay, well, maybe I'm going to hire people anyway. I'm going to build a business anyway, and I want to get a visa. Well, why not do that in Lithuania? Like I said, you need access to the right talent. It is a small talent market, so that's an issue. And as I was saying, the wages are they're okay, right? They're reasonable. The thing that is fairly appealing, so you can have, so this can be up to a 3-year visa, which is nice and extendable. You are not supposed to be out of the country for more than 6 months at any one time. To get permanent residence, you're not supposed to be out more than 10 months in 5 years, which is pretty high standard. Obviously, it's an EU Schengen country, and so that's great. You are in a situation where there's free zones in Lithuania, which is pretty interesting. So you could invest money into a free zone and benefit accordingly. You can speed up the process of approval somewhat by investing a higher amount, like 500,000 euros. Now, there's an interesting thing with dependents here, which is, of course, you can bring dependent children. You can bring married spouse, including gay spouses, but you cannot bring common law spouses. So that's worth noting. You have to actually be formally married in Lithuania to be able to take advantage of this. The citizenship is available after, so you do 5 years to get permanent residency, and then 5 more years to get citizenship. You have to have a B1 level of Lithuanian, which again, lots of people probably aren't going to learn the language. Additionally, they don't allow dual citizenship in most cases.